Best bites forever.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Chef Alicia, and in this video you'll learn how to make bacalaitos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right here I have my salted codfish, my bacalao, and this is going to come covered in salt. So what you need to do is rinse it off really well and then put it into some water to soak. You're going to need to soak it overnight and to change the water at least 3 times. Once that is all done, it is time to cook your fish. So here I am the next day. I have this large pot of water here, and I have brought my water up to a very gentle simmer. You do not want to boil this fish, you only need to simmer it. It's going to take 15 minutes inside of the simmering water. Once it has simmered for 15 minutes, turn off the heat, remove your fish, and let it cool until you're able to touch it. Once you're able to touch it, we're just going to take a spoon or even your fingernail if you want to and scrape that little bit of white skin that you see on the pieces. Once you've gone through and done that, you can begin breaking your fish up. It has a natural separation to it. It's really easy. You just kind of follow the way that the fish falls apart and go ahead and put it into this bowl. I'm only going to be using 4 ounces, so like a quarter of a pound of this fish, and the rest of it I'm going to be using for bacalao. So this little bit here I'm going to put into a baggie to the side. Now here, this is later on, and I'm mixing my dry ingredients. I have 2 cups of flour, a half of a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. I'm going to mix that together. You may have also seen in the note that sazzon is optional here, and I'm going to get back to that in just a minute. Here I have my pilon, or my mortar and pestle, and I have a few ingredients that I want to do in here, starting with 6 black peppercorns and 6 cloves of garlic. You can definitely adjust either of these to your own taste if you would like to, but I like a lot of garlic. The other thing that I need is half of a white onion, so before I add it into my pilon, I just want to go ahead and slice it into nice thin little slices because that is going to make my life easier when I am mashing it up over here. So basically what you need to do is start pounding the garlic and the black peppercorns together. Sorry, I have to kind of cover it up because they jump out of there if you don't cover it. Go ahead and keep pounding on the garlic until it comes to like a nice minced consistency, and then you're ready to add in your white onion. This is kind of what I'm looking for. You don't want like any huge pieces because those can make your little bacalaitos break up when you fry them. So this is achiote oil, and this is what I'm using instead of sazzon. I need 2 tablespoons of this to give it a really nice color and flavor. If you don't know how to make achiote oil, or if you don't have it available, I do have a video that shows how to do it. It is really, really easy. All it is canola or vegetable oil cooked with the achiote seeds, or annatto seeds in English. So if you don't have that, you can use the sazzon. So normally at this point I would add 8 leaves of recao. However, my store was out of recao, so I had to go with a substitution, which is going to be cilantro. So I am using 2 or 3 tablespoons of chopped up cilantro for this. I have my dry ingredients nice and mixed together with that achiote oil and with my cilantro or recao if you could find it. And the next thing that I did is I added in my onion and garlic mixture. I'm just going to mix this around to kind of blend it together, and then I am ready to add in my water. I'm going to be using 2 cups of water altogether, but you don't want to add it all at once because it will not mix up right. So what you do is you add it a third at a time and just kind of gently mix in between the additions. The first 2 go in there pretty easily, but it's going to look kind of crazy after you put in the third one, like it's not going to want to come together. But all you have to do is just keep stirring, and it definitely will. See, you can see how it kind of looks separated here. That's what I was talking about. But it takes, I don't know, maybe 45 seconds of patience, and then you're going to have this really beautiful batter. And it should kind of have like the consistency of a thin pancake batter. I'm going to put that over to the side for a minute, and that's my 4 ounces of fish. That's ready to go, and I'm going to set up my station. So this is where my little bacalaitos are going to go as I take them out of the pan. Move my camera here. Okay, so that is my batter, and I also have my fish sitting here. And I have a glove on one hand, and that's just because I'm going to be reaching into the fish and I don't want it under my fingernails because that's disgusting. And I have a 1 cup measurer here. So this is the process. You put a little bit of the batter into your 1 cup measuring cup, and then you add a little bit of the fish on top. So the reason that I do it this way instead of just mixing it directly into the batter is this is going to make sure that every single fritter has, some fish in it and has equal amounts. I don't like it when I get one and it doesn't have any fish at all because maybe it was the first one made or the last one made or whatever might have happened. So you put a little bit more batter on top of the fish that you just added, and you just want to really gently pour it into your hot oil. Once this starts to cook, it's going to start to float, and it's going to kind of let you know that it's ready to be flipped over. So you can see that this one is already starting to float here, and it takes, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes for that to happen. And I went ahead and I added a friend in there for it. You just want to kind of keep those separate if you are doing a couple at a time. And you need to flip these over halfway through. So I like to use tongs to do that, and they work really well for me. But if you start to flip it and it kind of starts to break up, it's not ready to flip yet, so just give it a minute. And that was a reminder to tell you guys that I always put salt on my bacalaitos as soon as I take them out of the pan. So I'm putting iodized salt on them as they are coming out, and I wish you could see the beautiful color, but my camera is kind of making them look a little more yellow and a little less golden. But if you look at that one in the back, that is what they were looking like in the pan. This one in the front, my lights are kind of washing them out, so I want to show you just really quickly too what this one in the back looks like. See, if I bring it in front of my lights, it kind of washes out all that beautiful golden, but that is what they look like. And I hope you loved this recipe. Please make sure to subscribe and share it with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next video.
bestbitesforever.com